What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access, and today we're joined by Demrick.
What up?
Thanks for coming through, sir. Great to have you. And man, you got the new album out, Collect Call.
Yes.
And I think you're one of the most prolific rappers, I'd say, in the last 5 to 7 years. You've been putting out so much material, but I think that Collect Call is probably your best work, I would say, in my opinion.
You, sir.
In my opinion. And I think part of it, though, is because a lot of the other projects, we haven't gotten to learn as much about you as a person.
Yeah.
I would say, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you agree with that?
Yeah, and that was the theme. The whole theme about I don't know, if you think about a phone, if you think about the word collect call and even what that means, or a payphone nowadays, like it really is something from the past. It's like it's something that you look for. It doesn't really exist now, and the actual theory behind it is reaching out.
Okay.
So when you're making a collect call, you want somebody to accept.
Right.
On the other end, will you accept? And then you come on and tell your story, right? Or you tell whatever's going on. So that's what I took for the theme of the album, and I wanted to give everybody who's been a fan of mine and all the new fans that are coming in now an opportunity to hear about some of these stories about how I grew up.
Right. And I think in the intro, the beginning, where you talk about your dad in particular, I thought that was pretty powerful. So what made you want to dig that deep into your personal life like that?
Just really feeling the same thing that you said earlier, just about the amount of work that I put out, and I have seen a lot of fans and growth from it, but I felt like if I really gave people the reason why I did certain things, the reason why I am there, and I gave them a little background, it would give people more of a reason to rally behind me, because my story is unique. The way that I grew up, the way that I've came out to the West Coast, and my music career in general over time. A lot of people see me in situations and in their mind it doesn't fit. They're like, how did that happen? Or why did that happen? Certain things. And it happened because my life is tailor fitted for this. I feel like, I've given my life to music, and just so many experiences that I've gotten to see, I want to share with people.
Right. And you have the kind of tied into the looking back thing at the end of the album. You have the Back in the Day song.
Yeah, my mom's was hot about that. I put her on the intro. She's like, "You put me on your album." Mom, don't let it happen. I wanted to tell a really important story in my life where I was living in Spokane, Washington at the time, and I ran away from home with my rap partners to go to New York, to go to the Bronx. So it's like we was gonna get it popping, and we did all kinds of fucked up shit. We stole a car.
I was gonna say there was some illegal activities.
That's back, bro. Crazy, all kinds of shit. And we went over there and we stayed at my homie's baby's mom's spot, and he went to the store one day. Probably about 2 months into living there, and he went to the store with the car, and he got arrested.
Right.
And that's his baby's mom. So the second that news hit, she kicked me and the other homie out quick.
Right.
And I was real quick. And I was only 14 at the time, so it's like New York is a big place, especially coming from a small place like Spokane, Washington, originally in the beginning. So I just went and called my mom, and my mom got me a plane ticket to North Carolina to my aunt and uncles, and
that was the Scared Straight program.
That was really, for real, it was, because my uncle came at me crazy, and he was like, "Yo, you want to be this, and you want to grow up so fast. How about this? I'll get you a bus ticket, and it will zigzag the United States." Like, he got me one that all kinds of layovers and jumping everywhere, and he said, anywhere you want to get out. Oh, you want to see Atlanta? You want to go down to Miami? You want to go back to New York just in case you want to hop off? And he just sent me, and he gave me a loaf of bread, peanut butter and jelly in the same jar.
Nice.
And a box of Sunkist. And he said, "Yo, man, go live your life, man." I said, "But if you get back to the other side, do it right."
Right.
And I took that as like a sign that, that it just wasn't really worth it to I don't know, to go about shit sometimes the wrong way. We're hard-headed, and especially when we're growing up and that thing, we think we got all the answers. We still even feel that way. nowadays, but I felt like that's what made me respect people's opinions more and people who knew more and started valuing somebody who actually went through something and want to sit and listen to them, at least take it. You know, I still make my own decisions anyway, but I have always been somebody who worked well from that point in a group situation and worked well listening and taking. You know, like I've had all kinds of mentors, like, you know, Be Real, Xzibit, fucking Kurupt, and these just Jim Johnson and people that I've gotten to sit with and get a lot of game about the industry off of. And if there wouldn't have been that point in my life, who knows if I would have kept growing up the way that I was, which was like the you can't tell me shit kind of way.